Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Dr. Paul S. Hill Jr. Stadium and Thornton Academy for today's SMAA girls soccer game featuring our guests, the Deering High School Rams, and the home team, the Thornton Academy Golden Trojans. Both Thornton Academy and Deering High School are members of the Southwestern Maine Activities Association and abide by the league's sportsmanship policies. We encourage you at all times to support your athlete in a positive and sportsmanlike manner. At this time, we would like to introduce the starting lineups for both squads. First of all, for the Deering Rams, starting in goal is a junior, number 00, Sophie Hill. Starting at midfield is a junior, number 2, Shay Rosenthal. Starting at midfield, a freshman, number 7, Sofia Nieves. Starting at defense, a junior, number 9, Saya Bredding Brown. Starting at midfield, a sophomore, number 10, Isa Garcia. Starting at midfield, a junior, number 13, Grace Marino. Playing midfield, a senior, number 14, May Carroll. Playing defense, a junior, number 17, Zoe Plizga. Starting at midfield, a sophomore, number 18, Elsa Freeman. Playing defense, a sophomore, number 19, Violet Bloom Levine. And playing defense, a sophomore, number 20, Maya Landry. The head coach of Deering Girls Soccer is Mr. Paul Cameron. Now, today's starting lineup for the Thornton Academy Golden Trojans. Playing goal today for TA is a sophomore, number 00, Ava Lomax. Starting at midfield, a sophomore, number 2, Charlotte Belanger. Starting at defender, a senior, number 5, Annabelle Fournier. Playing midfield, a junior, number 6, Hadley Stoddard. Playing midfield, a junior, number 9, Ashley Hood. Starting at forward, a freshman, number 12, Leela True. Starting at forward, a junior, number 17, Sarah Rich. Playing forward, a senior, number 21, Jessica Dow. Starting at midfield, a sophomore, number 22, Kaylee Corvo. Playing defender, a senior, number 23, Madison Ayers. And starting at defender, a senior, number 24, Emily Coleman. Assistant coaches for the Golden Trojans are Mark DeFrancisco, Chris Cole, Hallie Hawks, Lenny Harrell, and Allison Maines. The head coach is Natalie Charland. Your officials for today's contest are Mr. Boomauer and Mr. Mills. Your certified athletic trainer in attendance is Tony Giordano. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we'd ask everybody to please rise. And gentlemen, we ask you to remove your hats as we honor America during the playing of our national anthem.
Welcome everybody to Dr. Paul S. Hill Jr. Stadium here in Saco, Maine at Thornton Academy. It's a sunny Saturday morning. It's going to be quickly brought up, and it's going to be past the goal and out.
Quick opportunity for Thornton.
It's the Thornton Academy Trojans against the Deering Rams. That early chance was Sarah Rich for Thornton. It's up to Garcia, but it's too far out in front. And it's going to be kicked by Coleman off of Garcia, out of bounds. And coming into this game, Deering is 3-7-1. Their last game was a loss to Falmouth, 1-4. And Thornton Academy is 6-3-1. Their last game was a loss to Scarborough, 4-1. So both of these teams looking to get back into the win column.
So it should be an even match.
It's going to be booted up by Fournier.
Yeah, it is a beautiful Saturday down here. Weather is nice, perfect weather for soccer.
And it can't be kept in bounds by Carroll. It's going to be taken away momentarily. Freeman will get it to Carroll. Carroll taking it up the sideline. Crossing it in. Freeman. And it's going to be picked up by Lomax.
Yeah, that was a good attempt. Unfortunately, couldn't get a lot on it because the Thornton player was right there. But, you know, good first drive down that half of the field.
Going to be passed back to Aries. Rich will cross it in. It's going to be brought down by Stoddard. And Stoddard will get the goal.
Well, that's how you play. You knock it down, get it to your foot, and you boot it in.
So the cross by Sarah Rich finds Haley Stoddard for the goal.
Well, you know, no one had covered the Thornton player on that side as the ball came over. I think they were thinking it was going to the Thornton player up front, and it went over everybody right to the open Thornton player.
Just under 37 minutes to go in this half.
And the thing about soccer is there's plenty of time to make up a goal.
Going to be up to Marino. Marino can't get it to Carroll. Deering will keep it. Carroll to Marino. Back to Carroll. Carroll will get into the 18-yard box. And it's taken away by Coleman. Rich will get the long pass. And it's taken away by Brown.
Yeah, and all she could do was boot it out to cause a throw-in to allow the Deering defense to get back up the field because that moved quickly.
Rosenthal can't get it out for Deering. And it's going to go right past Hill. It was Kayla Corval.
Yeah, and it looked like Hill was trying to go pick it up, but unfortunately the Thornton player got there first and kicked it past her. You know, it was just one of those plays, unfortunately for Deering, of who is going to get to the ball first.
So it's 2-0 Thornton. It's going to be brought down by Aries. Back to Lomax. Rosenthal can't bring it down. It's going to be a Thornton throw-in.
So a little bit deeper hole to dig out of, but Deering is capable of doing it.
Marino gets it to Garcia. It's taken away and booted down the field. Rich can't get to it. Brown. It's taken away by Rich. Belanger will get it back to the middle of the field. It's taken away. It's out wide to Garcia. And it's going to be kicked out of bounds by Fournier.
Yeah, it was a difficult time for her to try to get around the Thornton player, but fortunately it's a throw-in.
Can't get it to Marino. It's going to get to Brown. And it's going to be booted down the field. It's going to be Nieves who turns it over to Belanger.
And Thornton's got numbers.
Belanger can't keep it, but it's too Rich. And the cross is out of bounds. So it will be a goal kick. Deering is going to play out of the back. And it's going to be brought down by Rich, but Deering will regain possession. Freeman gets it to space. Freeman getting to the 18-yard box. And it's going to be a save by Ava Lomax.
And Freeman is having a difficult time to get up.
And the ref calls a timeout and will also take a timeout. And we're back. So Elsa Freeman has to come out.
Yeah, walked off fine. I think she just, with hustling down there and kicking. And sometimes, in your life, when you stub your toe and your foot stops abruptly, your leg kind of whiplashes a little, and I think that's where she was at.
It's going to be out of bounds on Deering. going to be Rich who brings it down. Brown will kick it away momentarily. Belanger. And it's going to be deflected out of bounds. So it will be a Deering throw-in.
Wow, that was a long deflection off the Thornton player.
Brought down by Marino. It's going to be booted up the field. Belanger will get it out wide to Rich. Rich can't keep it. Belanger will get it to it's out of bounds for Thornton.
And Thornton's had some numbers when they moved the ball up quick.
Just 29.5 minutes left to go in this first half. Thornton up 2-0. Hill deflects off of Sophie Hill.
Boy, that was a weird bounce and a fortunate, you could hear the fans here on the Thornton side like oohing, thinking that it was going to go in. That was a weird having to play soccer ball right there.
So it'll be a corner for Thornton. It's going to be taken by Charlotte Belanger. And it's in.
Wow. That's the first one we've seen this season, right, Seth? First corner kick direct in?
I believe so.
Wow. Boy, that hit the outside corner and dropped in. What an amazing boot. Now you have to wonder, how many times did she practice that? Because practice makes perfect, and that was perfect.
Carroll gets it into the 18-yard box, and it's kicked away. It's going to be up to Belanger. Rosenthal will kick it up the field. It's up to Carroll. Carroll. Deering keeps it. Rosenthal gets the ball taken away. And Gonville can't get to it. Rich trying to pass it backwards. It's a turnover. Freeman.
Darren's got to get some numbers up here for the help.
And it's kicked out of bounds by Leah True. Under 27 minutes to go in this first half. Levine kicks it back. It's crossed in, but it will roll out of bounds for a goal kick.
Yeah, just off the side of the foot, unfortunately.
Goal kick. Belanger. It's going to be booted back up the field. Out wide to Rich. Rich keeps it in. And it's going to be a throw-in for Thornton Academy. Going to be Deering can't keep it. Rosenthal, and it's going to be a foul. And Hill will grab it.
Yeah, she got to the ball this time. She had enough time to get to the ball. Last time on the goal, the Thornton player got there just before Hill could get the ball.
It was Gonville, whose was the intended pass, is out of bounds. Booted up by Nieves, but it's out of bounds. Again, it will be a Thornton throw-in, taken quickly. Taken away by Rosenthal into the middle of the field. It's going to be up to Freeman. Freeman will stop and turn around.
Beautiful move.
It's going to be to Garcia. Levine and Carroll have miscommunication. It's going to be turnover. Twenty-two and a half minutes to go in the first half, and it's kicked out of bounds by True.
And there are no people to chase down the out-of-bounds soccer ball, so there will be throughout this game some accumulated time of chasing the soccer balls down. Unused time to actual for play. So it may not seem like a lot, but, a few minutes here, a few minutes there, it does add up.
So Deering gets a corner. It's going to be Elsa Freeman. taking the corner. Rosenthal, and it's wide right
Well,
off of Shea Rosenthal's head.
that was a good attempt. Not too far wide of the goalpost.
And be brought down by Belanger. Nieves can't get it up the field. Rosenthal with a good challenge to get the ball away, but it's a turnover. It's up to Rich, and it's going to be an offsides.
Yeah, offsides by a wide margin.
It was Jessica Dow getting the offsides with 20 and a half minutes to go in the half.
Thornton with a 3-0 lead.
It's going to be kicked out of bounds by Lomax. And it's going to be off of Marino for a Thornton throw-in.
And this is going to be a long day for the Daring players. They have a very short bench today. Not sure if the JV team is playing this morning someplace, but generally the JV and the varsity play, and they can share players.
And it's going to be out of bounds on Deering.
Do you know, Seth, if they're playing or not?
I believe they aren't.
Okay. So not a lot of players travel today.
It's going to be up to Dow. It's off of Brown, out of bounds. Taken quickly. And Belanger will kick it out of bounds for a Deering goal kick. Hill will get to it. Hill will get it to Rosenthal. Freeman will kick it up the field.
Can she get there in time? She does.
It's crossed in and kicked down the field by Fournier. Taken away by Plizga.
I mean, Darren is on the verge. They just have to get a good bounce.
And the shot by Rosenthal is saved by Ava Lomax.
I mean, they are moving the ball.
Carroll. It's going to be booted up the field to Belanger.
That was a... Oh. Sorry about that.
And it's kicked out of bounds by Brown.
That was a great battle down there in the corner.
Taken away by Rosenthal. Carroll will kick it up the field. Landry will get it to Freeman. It's out to Marino. And it's Lomax with the save.
Well, Darren's getting shots now.
It's going to be kicked into the middle of the field. Taken down by Belanger. And Hill will come out and kick it back down the field. And it will be headed out of bounds by Corval.
Well, and that's one thing the goalie can do. The goalie can kick it from anywhere on the field, just can't pick it up anywhere on the field.
Rich will bring it down. Plizga. Levine. Plizga kicking it down the field. Freeman will get to it. And it's saved from going out of bounds. Daring definitely getting more opportunities in the last 5 to 10 minutes.
Yeah, you know, and it's just a matter of time before they get one close enough to take a really good hard shot.
It's back to Freeman. It's over Rosenthal to Carroll. It's going to be saved by Belanger. Brown. And it will be kicked out of bounds for a Deering throw-in.
Yeah, Daring's now starting to put all the pressure on this direction.
13 minutes to go in the first half. And it's taken away. Brown is there. It's to Belanger. Belanger will kick it down, where it's kicked out of bounds by Landry. And there will be a substitute before the throw-in. And this Deering team is fairly young. Most of the starters being freshmen and sophomores.
Yeah, and, you know, they've been playing well all season, but you really do need to have, you know, game time experience through, you know, a few years of high school.
It was pressure by Ginn on Lomax. So Lomax had to kick it out of bounds. Yeah, so running through some of their starters, Sofia Nieves is a freshman. Isa Garcia is a sophomore. Zoe Plizga is a junior. Grace Marino is a junior. Elsa Freeman is a sophomore. Violet Levine is a sophomore. And Maya Landry is a sophomore. So Deering only has one senior on this team. It's May Carroll.
And this is a good team for a lot of freshman and sophomore players. And so, you know, the next few years, as they build experience, things are looking good. I mean, they are looking good this year, too.
So 10 out of the 11 starters will be together again next year.
Yeah, unlike the Darren boys soccer team, where 12 of their players.
And it's going to be in. So Charlotte Belanger will get her second with 9 minutes and 19 seconds on the clock in this half.
Yeah, just off the fingertips of Hill's hands. And she's holding on to one of her hands right now.
It's going to be a turnover. Garcia will kick it down the field to Freeman. Freeman is going to be intercepted by Carval. Belanger. Levine will turn it over.
Ooh. Oh.
And it's going to be a whistle by the ref.
Yeah, I think Levine took a hard shot in the face, and we'll take a timeout.
And we're back. So going through some other Deering's players, Sophie Hill is a junior. Shay Rosenthal is a junior. Annika Ginn is a sophomore. So it's just about gaining varsity experience.
Yeah, and as I was saying, the Darren boys, we did senior night, and they had 12 seniors on their soccer team. So 14. Thank you, Seth. Got the hand signal. It was 14. They had 14. And so that's a lot that has to be replaced. And they got a really good team this year, the boys do.
It's going to roll to Hill. Rosenthal will get it up to Freeman, but it's going to be momentarily turned over.
Oh, good
Belanger
move.
will get it out wide to Arsenal. Arsenal get it to Belanger, but Charlotte Belanger is offsides.
You know, and from up here, it didn't look it. But from down there, the referee can see right down the line. And all it takes is just a foot, an elbow, and then be offsides.
Up to Freeman. Back to Rosenthal. Trying to kick it up the field. It's Thornton Academy possession. Plizga gets the ball, but it's out of bounds. Five minutes to go in the half. Thornton up 4-0 over Deering. It's a turnover. And it's going to be a foul. So Deering will get a free kick.
Wow, and that was dangerous too. That the two Deering players bumped into each other as they're kicking it, and the Thornton player got a hold of the ball.
Carroll. Again. Can't get it to Garcia. Deering will get a throw in. And it's going to be a trip.
Yeah. Trying to move the ball, and unfortunately, feet got tangled.
So a free kick is going to be taken by Belanger. Rich can't get to it.
Oh.
So Sarah Rich trying to get another goal for Thornton is no good. Rosenthal gets the ball taken away. It will be kicked out of bounds. Taken by Marino, trying to get it to Freeman.
Yeah, just a bit outside.
Going to be Belanger. And Brown will deflect it. Belanger will get the ball back for Thornton and misplayed, but it's going to be a goal. So there is no 11 on the roster. See if we can get it at halftime.
I'm sure it's someone on the roster. They just have a different jersey for today's game.
And it's going to be a foul on Thornton. It's 40 seconds. Garcia, and it's going to be to Belanger. Taken away by Rosenthal. It's up to Marino. It's headed in. It's going to be to Littlefield. It's going to be to Howd. And the horn will sound. And so at the end of the first half, it's Thornton 5, Deering 0.
Yeah, and, you know, a few of those Thornton goals were on some speed moves, getting up past the defense of Deering. And also one goal spectacular from a corner kick. I don't know how much you could do about that unless you got 6'6" defenders trying to get the ball from curving in, but Darren doesn't have a bunch of those. So
yeah, it's definitely, as a young team, it's just learning the varsity level and getting the playing time.
You know, and also having a young team playing against an experienced team, you know, that's tough within itself. And it doesn't really matter what your opponent's win-loss record is. If they have an experienced team, they're still going to give you a tough time if, you know, you have young, inexperienced players on the varsity level.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's not a lack of trying.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you see the Deeren players out there doing everything they can to move the ball up the field, and it's certainly, you're right, it's not for lack of trying. It's just experience.
And so at the end of the first half, it's 5-0 Thornton over Deering, and we'll be back for second half action. And we're back for the start of the second half. Deering will start with the ball. It's going to be Marino. Can't keep it. Aries. It's going to be out of bounds on Freeman. So the goal scorer, number 11, is Amelie Prost. I was told by Gary Stevens that It was a recent call-up on the JV team.
Well, I suppose if you're going to get called up and score a goal, that's a good thing for Emily.
Again, tries to get it to Carroll. It's going to be off of Carroll, out of bounds.
Well, and, you know, daring player getting up really slow. Darren really needs to be in good physical shape here because they only have one player on the bench to sub in.
Up to Freeman. It was intercepted by Aries. Freeman will get the turnover, and it's going to roll out of bounds. It was Annika Ginn.
And that was a good opening attempt there for Deering.
It's going to be brought down by Howd. Turned over. It's going to be saved by Rich. Will be kicked out of bounds by Maya Landry. So a throw-in for Thornton. Brown can't keep it for Deering. It was Nieves trying to get the ball up the field for Deering. Freeman can't bring it down for Deering. Rosenthal is there. It's out wide to Carroll. Back to Rosenthal. Freeman. And it's a save by Emma Barnes.
Yeah, and as you noted before we came on camera, Seth, Daring spent the whole break talking.
Rich will get by, and it's going to be a turnover. Landry will kick it off of Jessica Dow.
And that was a good defensive play. To kick it off your opponent rather than kick it out of bounds.
It's going to be brought down by Marino. Marino will get it, try to get it to Freeman.
Ooh.
And it's going to be a foul.
Yeah, you could hear that all the way up here. Boot to boot.
So the free kick is going to be taken by Emily Coleman. Brought down by Belanger. And Landry kicks it down the field. Freeman will get to the going to be hit, but it's on the outside of the net. It was a good job by Thornton to close the angle.
Yeah, that was going to be tough. There were two Thornton players there. But the speed by Deering was pretty good to get the ball up there. Didn't have anyone at the time to pass it to.
Rich. Get it by Plisga, but not Rosenthal. And it's going to be a foul. Maya Landry will take the free kick. And it's going to go back down the field for Thornton. Dow will have the ball in space. Dow gets it out wide to Gonville. To Belanger. Belanger, and it's off the football crossbar.
I know. I wasn't sure which one it hit, but
it's going to be kicked up the field. And it's taken away by Marino. Landry to Brown. That was Rosenthal. Up to Freeman. Freeman with the ball in the corner. Crosses it. Garcia brings it down, but can't get enough on the shot attempt. Saved by Barnes. Rosenthal will bring it down for Deering. It's up to Rich. Back to
beautiful
Belanger.
pass.
Belanger to Gonville. Nieves will kick it away momentarily. Landry will get it up the field.
Oh, nice job, Kaylee.
Rich
Left foot.
out wide to Dow. It will be kicked out of bounds by Landry. Belanger will, it's into the 18-yard box, mishandled by Hill, but Hill will track it down.
Yeah, I think she had a little difficulty seeing through the players, but kept track of it and grabbed a hold of it.
Gets to Aries, kicking it down the field to Gonville. And it's going to roll out of bounds for Deering throw-in. Just under 30 minutes to go in this game. Thornton up 5-0 over Deering. Brown, and it's going to be a foul on Thornton.
Yeah, definite push there.
It's going to be played by Emily Coleman. It's going to be out of bounds.
Well, Darren can set something up here.
Garcia will get it to the corner. And it's taken away by Littlefield. Levine can't bring it down. Landry, it's Marino, and Barnes will pick it up. Just over 28 minutes to go in this game. Rosenthal. Can't get it into the middle of the field. Plizga will come in. It's out wide to Sarah Rich, and it's out of bounds. Levine keeps it in, but it's turnover. Deflects into the middle of the field where Belanger will get it. It gets up into space where Brown will get the ball. It deflects off of Thornton for a Deering throw-in. Be another Deering throw-in. 27 minutes ago in the game. Again, will bring it down. Levine can't keep it for Deering. Belanger will put it into the middle of the field where Plizga will get it up to Garcia.
Yeah, no one there for Thornton, thankfully.
It's going to go back to Fournier. Landry got it to Rosenthal. Out wide to Carroll. Deflects. Marino.
Waiting for another Daring player to come up and almost taken away, and now it is.
Rosenthal. Get it to Garcia. Back to Rosenthal, but too far out in front. Ginn will get it to Plizga. And it's going to be kicked out of bounds by Thornton. Again, can't get it to Marino. Rosenthal kicks it down the field, and it's going to roll out of bounds for a Thornton goal kick.
Yeah, unfortunately for Daring, no one was there.
So Emma Barnes will take the goal kick. It's a turnover. Annika Ginn will have the ball taken away. It's Brown will get the ball for Deering up to Rosenthal. Rosenthal in the middle of the field. Levine will get it back to Rosenthal. Garcia. Wide to Ginn. It's misplayed, but it will be a throw-in for Deering. True will kick it into the 18-yard box. It's up to Rich. Brought down by Landry. It's booted down the field by Fournier. Nieves will get to it, but Gonville get it to Belanger.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a non-call. It's out wide to Sarah Rich. Rich will cross it in, and it's going to be deflected before it got to Jessica Dow.
Well, and I think the referee's being a little gracious today, seeing as what the score is. You know, not that, you know, he's not doing what he's supposed to do, but he's using his judgment.
Yeah, probably those 50-50 calls he's going to let slide. If this was a one goal lead by either team, it might have been called. Freeman will get it out wide to Carroll. Deflects. Rosenthal will get to it. Freeman, who will try to get it to Ginn, but it's going to be Thornton possession. Rich takes the ball away. It's in the middle of the field. Nieves. Levine will kick it down.
Almost a great steal there. And it's good to see Levine back in the game. Levine took a hard shot in the head from the soccer ball.
Rosenthal. And it's going to be a foul on Thornton. Under 20 and a half minutes to go in this game. Landry will get it up to Freeman. Freeman will cross it in, and Barnes is there to prevent the cross from getting to a Deering foot.
Yeah, and the Deering player was there in case it was a rebound.
It's taken away. Taken away by Plizga. Up to Freeman. It gets to Levine. Gonville We'll get it back for Thornton. And it's going to deflect off of Thornton. No, it didn't deflect. Gets to Ginn. And kicked out of bounds by Thornton. 19 minutes to go in this game. Plisga will bring it down. It's to Levine. Back to Brown. Freeman will get it up to Rosenthal. Rosenthal will get into the 18-yard box. And it's going to roll out of bounds.
Yeah, Darren player just couldn't get there to be able to try to hook it back in the middle.
Carroll brings it down. We'll get it to Garcia. Freeman. It's Carroll getting the wide pass. Freeman will get it in the 18-yard box. And it deflects.
Yeah, it looks like the Darren player was saying it was a handball, but referee was right down there, and you know, it may have been an inadvertent handball.
It's going to go out of bounds for a Deering throw-in. Just over 17 minutes to go. Thornton up 5-0. And it's going to be a trip.
Ooh.
Bean bring it down, but it can't stay in Deering possession.
Wow, and the poor Thornton player took one off the side of the head on that one. She's holding her ear. I think she's going to be replaced. And, you know, it's about 50 degrees here, and, you know, your ears get cold, and that ball's going to sting them. I see her on the bench. She's smiling. So that's a good sign.
Freeman will get it by the defender, but can't keep it from rolling out of bounds. Under 15 and a half minutes to go in this game. It's 5-0 Thornton.
And you could see Freeman taking her time to get up the field. I think a little tired and a little sore. And like I said, Deering with a very short bench, maybe one extra player today. So all of these players are playing 80 minutes.
Garcia can't get to it, but it was kicked out of bounds by Coleman.
Yeah, no matter how much stamina you think these kids have, it's a lot of running up and down.
Yeah, they try not to have the kids play too many minutes like the pros do. It's going to be a free kick.
Well, first really good opportunity for a free kick here for Deering.
Elsa Freeman is going to take it. And it's in!
Well, there you go. And Freeman's been hustling up and down this field all day today. And good for her. That was a nice shot. And so that first opportunity at a really good free kick, they get a goal.
So Deering avoids the shutout. Prost. And it's out of bounds.
Great defense.
It's going to be a goal kick.
Yeah, that was a great free kick over there. Hit it perfectly, just out of the reach of the Thornton goalie. You couldn't ask for a better placement.
Hill will watch it go out of bounds. So Deering will get another goal kick with 13 minutes to go in this game. Going to be Brown, can't keep it, and it's going to be right into Hill's arms on the shot by Sarah Rich.
Yeah, that was a great wraparound shot. You know, and the goalie, they have to be careful because sometimes you can't see with the wall of players there are where the ball's coming from, but
Freeman will get to it and can't get around Belanger. Just over 11 and a half minutes to go in this game. It's Thornton over Deering 5-1. Into space. Marino will get it to Garcia. It's gonna go out of bounds. For a Thornton throw. Rosenthal will get the turnover. Marino, and it's taken away by True.
oh, nice attempt. Back heel.
Brown can't get it to Rodriguez. Deering will keep it. Deflects to Garcia. Garcia gets it into the corner, And it's going to deflect off of Annabelle Fournier for a corner.
Well, another good opportunity here for Deering to get a set play.
And there will be a goalkeeping change for Deering. It's Sophie Hill coming out for Eleanor Lau.
Let's see what Deering's drawn up.
Grace Marino will take the corner. And it will be kicked out of bounds, so it will be a Deering throw-in. Just over 9 minutes to go. Levine will get it into the 18-yard box, and it's going to be kicked out for a Deering throw-in.
So Deering putting pressure on here late.
Marino can't keep it. It's True bringing it up the field. Brown will get it to Rosenthal. Marino to Garcia. And kicked out of bounds by Fournier. Landry gets it to Rosenthal in space. Rosenthal, and it's taken away by Aries. Get some more substitutes. With 7 minutes and 15 seconds to go in this game. Plizga will intercept the pass. It's to Belanger for Thornton. Gets it out to Gonville. Gonville gets the ball back. It's Rosenthal getting the interception. Up to Ginn. Deering can't keep it. Out wide to Littlefield. Plizga will get the ball back for Deering. Belanger get around the defender. And it's going to be a foul on Deering.
Well, and they're going to have a free kick about the same spot that Deering had one on the other side of the field. So they just need to be careful here. About the same distance.
Deering will set a 4-player wall. And it's going to be just wide left on the free kick by Charlotte Belanger.
Well, and even if it had been on net, the goalie for Deering had a good view of it. So
It's going to be a turnover. And Maya Landry blocks the ball. Plizga will get it up to Marino. Levine.
oh, good anticipation, just couldn't get the ball.
Hill will get the ball back for Deering. It's Rosenthal. And taken away by Corval. Melanger. Get it out wide to Gonville, but it's an offsides. Three and a half minutes to go in this game. It's 5-1 Thornton over Deering. Garcia will get it out to Rosenthal. Back to Landry.
Oh, good fake.
Landry will get it to Garcia. And it's momentarily taken away. Now it's taken away. It's Belanger. We'll get it out wide to Renee Gonville. Gonville crosses it in. Back to Belanger. And it's going to be a throw-in for Deering. 2 minutes to go in this game. And it deflects off of Deering. It's in the middle of the field. Landry will get it to again, it's a foul. Minute to go.
Well, an opportunity here for Darren for one more try to attempt to get another goal.
Landry try to get it closer, but it rolls out of bounds. 45 seconds to go.
Yeah, and this is having to chase the ball down here at the end of the game is ticking the time away. Thornton, no hurry to throw the ball in.
It's going to roll out of bounds for Deering throw-in with 13 seconds to go. And it's going to be a foul Going to be taken quickly, but the horn will sound. And at the end of this game, it's Thornton Academy beating Deering 5-1.
And, you know, and as I've said throughout the game, it's not for lack of trying for Deering. It's the not having the numbers on the team to do substitutes, to give some of the players rest, and the inexperience of having underclassmen.
Yeah, it's...
And we'll get the handshakes while you talk about what happened.
Yeah, so goals by Thornton. Charlotte Belanger got 2. Hadley Stoddard got 1. Kaylee Corval got 1. And Amelie Prost got 1. And on the other side for Deering, the lone goal was scored by Elsa Freeman on the free kick.
Yeah, I mean, we got to see a corner kick go in and a free kick go in, which, was nice to see because you really got to place the ball to get it in the net.
And this Deering team needs to not look at the results. It's more about gaining experience going into next year.
And effort. I mean, they gave a tons of effort today. No one took any time off in this game. They worked hard. They hustled. They got to be exhausted.
And so Deering will drop down to 3-8-1, and Thornton Academy will move up to 7-3-1. And saying so long. This has been a production of WPPS TV3 Portland Public Schools. Saying good night.
And thank you very much for watching. And we're glad we could bring you these games. See ya.